Hi everyone, I'm Rochelle. Thank you for watching my video. I'm really glad that you're here today because today I am going to talk about my journey to spiritual awakening. So get ready, some juicy stuff coming up. No, I'm just kidding, nothing juicy, but I'm just going to do the quick version of my spiritual awakening and how I got to where I am today. Okay. Um, I guess I've always been spiritual. I've always wanted to know more about life after death and how the world works and why we're here. I was just always curious about that sort of stuff. And when I was between the ages of like maybe 5 and 8, I saw a ghost for the first time. I actually got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I saw the ghost in our house. Woo! So I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, turned off the bathroom light, and then I opened the bathroom door, and there was a silhouette of a woman right there, and I instantly got the chills. So that was my first ghostly encounter. And so how my spiritual awakening started, like the first thing that happened was when I was 18 years old, I started having out-of-body experiences. But at the time, I had no idea what was going on, and it was actually a little scary for me because I didn't know what was going on. What would happen is I would go to bed, I would close my eyes, and literally like 3 to 5 seconds after I had closed my eyes, I would feel my astral body rise up out of my physical body and start spinning in circles really fast. And at that time, I didn't know it was my astral body. I thought my physical body was like levitating and I was spinning in circles. I'm like, what the hell? Am I possessed? Like I was freaking out. And then I went to my sister because one of my sisters has always been into like the esoteric and stuff. So I went to her, I told her what was going on. She's like, oh, you're just having an out-of-body experience. Because when it would happen, I couldn't open my eyes or see what was going on. And I was just spinning and spinning. It was crazy. But then my sister told me about out-of-body experiences. And so I started researching it. I did research, I read books. And then I got to the point to where I was finally able to consciously have an out-of-body experience and be able to control it. So one day it was so exciting to me. It was still one of the coolest days ever. I was in my early 20s, and I consciously came out of my body, right, in my astral body, and I stood up and I looked over at my bed, and I saw my body there, and I saw my son on the bed, and I was like, oh my God, I finally did this. Like I was so excited. I was light as a feather. I felt free as can be. And then all of a sudden, before I knew it, 2 angels flew through my bedroom door. So that was the first encounter I had with angels too. And then that first out-of-body experience, all I did was walk around my house. I was going through walls and doors. It was really fun. But yes, so that was the first part. That's kind of when everything started. I'm like, okay, like why is this happening to me, right? And I started, wanting to learn more. So I was always reading books. But at the same time, I was young, right? And I was a young mom. I had a child when I was 20, and I was in a relationship that totally wasn't serving me. It was fear-based, it was low vibe, and I just had to go through it to learn whatever lessons I had to learn, I guess. So yeah, that's the astral projection started, the out-of-body experiences, and then a few years later, I decided to study metaphysics, and I got my bachelor's degree in metaphysics. And then soon after that, I got out of that relationship that wasn't serving me. Yeah, I was in it way too long. I learned so many lessons in that relationship. But I got out of that relationship finally, and I started, claiming my power back and getting to know myself and who I am. And yeah, hold on. I wrote down on my phone what I wanted to talk about. So, oh yeah, so astral travel. And then also I started having ET experiences. Like, I had a couple UFO encounters. Started in my early 20s. Funny, all of this started, yeah, 18 and then early 20s. But when I had my UFO encounter, I really wasn't even surprised, honestly. Well, I was, but I wasn't, because I remember when I was a little girl, my dad had told me about a couple UFO encounters that he had when he was a kid. So, yeah, it wasn't anything surprising to me when I had the encounters. Maybe I'll talk about them later. I don't know. I'm not going to get into specifics, but yeah. So that's another reason I know that life on Earth isn't the only thing that exists, you guys, okay? I have had at least a handful of UFO ET encounters, okay? Okay, and then jumpstart. Okay, life happened, right? Do life journey, life lessons, and then in August of 2019, so a year ago, yeah, a year ago, you guys, a year ago was when everything jump started, when the fire lit beneath my butt, and the spirit realm was like, Rochelle, get your ass in gear. It's time to wake your ass up. So that's that's really when everything started to happen, was about a year ago. And what happened was I was actually in a meditation. I was meditating, and an ET actually came to me and took my hand and took me up into space. And then the next morning I woke up. I made my morning coffee. I went outside to my balcony, and I couldn't believe it, but I was able to see the energetic overlay on everything that was outside. The trees, the flowers, the buildings, the cars, the flagpoles, everything. Like my third eye just blasted open. And then I was also seeing orbs at that time. That morning I also started seeing orbs. And since that day, they've been with me every day since. They're always with me. I've learned later that they're part of my spirit team. Yeah, that's what jump started everything. And then after that, I was on a webinar. I forgot which webinar I was on. And Akuta Melchizedek, she was actually a guest speaker on the webinar, and I connected with her. She's a DNA architect. And I just immediately felt a connection towards her. And then she told me about a DNA class. It's reprogramming and recoding your DNA, and she was hosting that class like in a month or so. And so I thought about it. I did more research about DNA, and I decided, you know what, I need to do this. This is for me. Because our DNA stores everything, you guys, everything from our past lives. Our Akashic records are our DNA. So everything, your soul blueprint, everything that you need to know about your soul, where you've been, who you are, all of that information is stored in our DNA, you guys. It's so amazing. What scientists say are junk DNA, actually very important DNA, you guys, so look into it. So I enrolled in the course. The course started in last year, like towards it started in August of last year. Okay, yeah, so probably then in June, like June, July of last year, then was when my awakening started more forcefully. I guess you can call it. So then I did the DNA course, and it's a 6-month course. Within 2 weeks of the course, I had a Kundalini awakening. That was amazing and super intense. I actually wasn't able to sleep the night after that. It happened during meditation. I wasn't able to sleep that night because I just kept seeing flashes of light, geometry patterns, and beings too, you guys, just everywhere. It was really intense and crazy. So I went through that, and then my dad actually, I started the course, I believe, in August, and then my dad passed away in October. And actually 2 weeks after he passed away, he came to me, and I saw him, and it was awesome. It was amazing. And then a few weeks after that, he actually came to me again, and he brought all of our deceased family members with him. This isn't during meditation. It's me wide awake, chilling in my bedroom. My dad shows up. Boom, grandma. Boom, grandpa. Boom, cousin. Boom, aunt. Everybody, seriously, everybody was showing up that I know. But that's passed away. That's no longer on this earth plane. Yeah, and so they were thanking me for doing this work on my DNA, and they were telling me that by clearing my DNA, I'm actually clearing all of the ancestral DNA that all of my ancestors have gone through. So I'm clearing these programs that my ancestors have gone through as well. It's a little bit crazy, and it's hard to understand, and I know I might sound crazy to you guys right now. Some of you are gonna be like, Rochelle, I know exactly what you're talking about. Others of you are gonna be like, what the fuck is she talking about? But when we clear, the gist is, when we clear our DNA, we are clearing our whole ancestral line. Our ancestors that lived before us, our children here on earth, our family here on earth, and future generations. We're clearing the whole lineage, okay? So it's awesome. It's amazing. And then as we clear our DNA, as our DNA gets cleared, memories from other incarnations start resurfacing. So in my dreams and in meditations, I started having memories of different lives that I lived. And that helped me piece together things that I didn't quite understand here in that moment. So yeah, it was super beneficial. It was amazing. It was the best thing that I ever did, was that DNA course. So yeah, definitely, if you're interested, look into that. Let me see what else I wanted to say. I wrote it down in my phone. Yeah, okay, so that was my DNA course. And then just the last thing I wanted to say is what then accelerated even more my awakening was when I met my twin flame. And not too long after that, I realized my mission, our mission actually, which is to help awaken humanity and thus raise the vibration on earth, okay? So that we can truly live free and sovereign lives, you guys. So this is part of my life mission. It's talking about all of this stuff and helping wake up humanity so that you guys can come into the knowing of who you truly are, and we can all co-create the world that we want to live in. Isn't that beautiful? Because aren't we sick and tired of all the shit that's going on in the world? Isn't it time for us to unite and take the world back, take our power back? Why are people telling us what to do? Why are people telling us how to live? No, isn't this supposed to be a free country? So, it's time to take our power back, you guys. And we will stand together to do that. So what are you gonna do to help make the world a better place? Smile at a stranger? Donate to a good cause? What are you being called to do that's gonna help make the world a better place? I am super excited to talk to you guys more. I know this was just a short video, but I kind of just went through the things that, you know, like the events that happened that made me awaken and get on the ascension path. And I'm still learning more and more every day, and it's amazing. And I love being on this journey. I've never been so happy, felt more at peace, and just comfortable in my own skin and loving life. And I am excited to come out with more videos and talk to you guys about a lot of other topics, okay? So yeah, thank you for listening, and if I didn't make sense, I haven't been on camera much, so please forgive me. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care. I'm sending you so much love. I love you all.